And we're back for another episode of Awesome Stuff Badly with me, Uncle Dr. Ernie, and Mr. Ian, assuming we can ever get Google Plus to do what I think it's supposed to. Yes, I have launched now, and hopefully he's going to see it shortly. Now, let me grab that email to my poor friend Simon, who I have not yet written. Whatever. Yes, I have launched it now. Is it showing up? Oh, there's this permanent link. Let's try that. Emailed it. Just emailed it. This is why broadening your community is hard. It's a lot of work to explain things and to document things, and it's easier to just do it all yourself. But A, you get a much worse product. It actually takes longer in the long run, and it becomes very fragile. So even though we're just a day away from shipping, we're gonna try and do as much of the hard work as we can of making it a inclusive project, documenting things, etc. So I'm gonna start with this. Well, Ian fights the good fight of trying to get Google Plus to bend to our will. And we have here our wiki page from our project. And if I remember correctly, we had a doc directory which had a bunch of stuff here. Which has some design notes, which are fine. And then I start here, document. Hey!
There you go.
So what finally worked?
Well, I clicked on the email link, but prior to that, I was sitting looking at a big blurry picture of you, sort of in the thumbs up. You know that one?
Yeah, that was the title screen. Very bizarre. Now you can see the actual screen.
Sorry, it said it wasn't live yet, so I don't know if it's just like taking its time or what.
Well, when you click this, it forced it up, which is bizarre. Okay. So what I want to do is actually introducing CoffeeScript. So first a quick update on how you're doing, where you've been on the.
Okay, so if I share my screen with you.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. And
well, let me give you controls. Did it keep the control I gave you last time? Okay, there we go. Nice car.
Yeah. So when you look at this, this is Gulp running.
Oh, excellent. And
I've got to find. There we go. And if we go back to the browser and go over here.
Oh!
We have a.
You should have on the presenter thing. You should have a present to everyone, so it stops clicking on my voice, switching on my voice.
Okay, hang on.
Yeah, there we go. Nope, not yet.
Where's my picture? There you go. Found you.
Present to everyone. You saw that there? Sorry.
Yeah. That wasn't there before.
Yes, I added the control to you. Apparently, I have to do that each time.
Oh, okay.
There's a thing called Control Room, that little multicolored slider thing that looks like a soundboard.
I'm familiar with them.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. overlap between the technical guy at church who knows how to program and the person who gets drafted to run the soundboard is pretty high.
Yeah. Yeah. Started that in France. Yeah, you
Okay.
were talking about languages earlier.
Yes.
Well, I do French.
Um, so, do you have an editor on that system that can edit source code?
As in a text editor?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Let's fire it up and start looking at some source code.
Yeah, brain dead right now. Okay. No, not that one.
If you don't have one you're familiar with, we can try getting started with Komodo, which is what
Yeah, I'm
started using.
the one of the notepad, that'll do it.
We'll see if it does. One of the things is that all these languages are what's called white space aware.
Okay.
That if you don't actually line up your columns precisely, it doesn't work at all.
That's going to be fun. Yeah, that should be all right. Well, okay.
Well, why don't you try it first to get started, and then there's a page about Komodo if you want to start diving into that.
We'll go there after then, yeah.
Okay.
What was I just trying to do? I was trying to get some code. That's what I was working on. Because I haven't pulled anything out of the library yet, right?
Okay, but you didn't clone it onto your desktop, right? So it's sitting there somewhere. Since you're running it locally, the code must be there locally. Because this is the Unix way, is that when you get the app, you get the code.
Oh, okay, so it's all down there in the bowels of...
Wherever your hour of node source code files are. Wherever the project thing, the thing that you cloned it, yes, hour of node. Right there. And
there you go.
so click on... well, let's make this real. Let's go into the. I sent you a link to the help wanted label, the first link I posted in this session. Oh, sorry. I'm gonna mute while you look through those issues and choose one, since I forgot to talk to my wife.
Okay.
So your job is to pick one to fix today.
That one.
That was my wife wanting to know if she could work a little later tomorrow because then I'd have to watch the kids if we can't get a nanny in time. And I say, oh, Ian's doing a fantastic job. He can take over for me. I'll just go play with the kids and the bugs.
Oh, yeah. It'll all work out in the end.
Yep. Have you seen Shakespeare in Love?
Yeah, I love that film.
Yes, we saw that shortly, I think, before after we got married, and that was always my mantra to her. It all works out. It will all work out. It always does.
Somehow.
Yes. So you've been browsing the issues?
Yeah, I found this one.
This looks like a nice one. I think that's a good set of things that you would need to learn, and very easy to tell if it works, and very painless if it breaks.
Right.
All right. Cool. So let's start by checking out a branch for this.
The branch. Okay, so I just
You should definitely check out master and pull because we pushed a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, so this looks like these instructions are coming from the command prompt, right?
Correct.
And
That's actually a good.
Okay, so that.
It's actually a good wiki note I need to clarify because you had to infer that.
Apparently, I can only run that once.
What, the command prompt?
Yeah. Well, question. Git bash looks like a command prompt, but is that all within Git? Is that the?
No, that's a regular command prompt. Yeah, so C:/ whatever. That git bash I think is the. Yeah. Oh, that's actually a Unix shell inside of Git. I didn't even know that was available. Cool.
Okay. Does that help me at this point?
Yes. You're in the right thing. Can you tell? You can do right. You remember enough Unix? Did you ever know any Unix?
No.
Okay. You can either do it this way, or you can go back to the other prompt where you ran gulp.
Yeah, the other one there, it's in gulp. Gulp is running. I don't actually have the prompt, so.
Oh, is there a way to send things into the background in Windows? In Unix, you do gulp ampersand, but I don't know if there's an equivalent in DOS.
Okay, I'm just gonna see what goes on here if I try. Okay, I'll interrupt that. Now that presumably. Okay, we'll check out what's going on. Well, that's all up and running, so all that did was give me. Okay, well let's see what happens.
Okay, that's right. You don't need to be running gulp while you're editing. So you're in here in the command prompt. Great.
So gulp.
So okay, you finished gulp. That's fine. So it's not running. It's not going to update dynamically now. But can you create more than one command prompt window?
No, it won't let me, and I'll have a look, see if I can find a way. Note to self.
Okay. Interesting.
The other thing I was going to try was try that gulp ampersand. Ooh. And see if it comes back.
Yeah, I'm curious actually what happens if you do that. I can update the documentation. Oh, sorry, sorry, not ampersand, and sign. My bad.
Oh, okay.
Kill that. Gulp space ampersand.
Oh yeah, I got it wrong. Done. There's my first stupid. Incidentally, we've had a lot of fun up here with that word, stupid.
Oh yeah?
Because our friends up here, they all seem very, very sensitive to the use of the word. And so we're in the habit, maybe it's a European habit, of saying things like, that was stupid.
Yeah, it's considered a bad word at the kid's school, right?
Well, and the implication... Well, the implication being that the kid was stupid, which wasn't what we were saying at all. We were saying their action was stupid.
Yes, or like I did a really stupid thing.
Right.
Yes, but because it's a bad word, because it's used in a bad way, it becomes a bad word, and therefore it's forbidden. Okay, so it runs, but do you get a?
Got the exact same.
It doesn't give you a thing. So the good news is that it is safe for us to say do a gulp ampersand, but it won't actually be effective. Do on Unix, this will run gulp in the background.
Okay. So
Need a way to do that on Windows. Right. So anyway, you're here now. So do git check master git pull.
looks good.
Right. Okay, you did it fairly recently. Just that was a change I think I just made now. Cool. So then 194.
So git.
No, first, actually, no, it's kind of weird, the syntax. You first git space checkout space -b. And then here's a little trick, 194 -add -footer.
Oh, so you get the number and you get the overview.
So if you put the number there, the system or parts of the system can actually track which branch it's connected to.
Oh, really? Neat.
Yeah, I don't know if it does here, but at least on the board it'll show it for later. It's just a good point. Okay, now you're in a branch. This is your own branch. Anything you do here stays with you, stays on your machine until you push it. So
okay.
Go crazy. The first thing is, so let's go to the files you will need to change.
Okay, let's see how that looks in...
Okay, so go to Source, Layout. Most of the interesting things are under the Layout here. And you may recall the name of the file it said we had to add the footer to.
Let me verify it. Dialog, done dialog. Okay.
Right.
So this is what I want to put in my text file, right?
Put in your text editor, yes.
Okay, there's two ways to do this, and one of them is being slow. Okay. Forget that. And where did I put it? Skip. Oh yeah, I hate that. That part keeps going wrong. Windows 8, love it or hate it.
Does anybody love it?
Yeah. No, I'm going the wrong way. Source layout, right?
Yes, there should have been a file. Well, there should have been a file called done dialog.
Yeah, it's there.
Yeah. Okay. I was afraid of that.
Yeah. That was what you were expecting, right?
Well, it wasn't expecting to be that bad, but the doesn't have a way to do.
That's not any better.
This is the weird thing about how it was better with word wrap. So, right, I keep forgetting Unix versus
Windows and stuff.
Well, Unix, yeah, they have different line endings.
Yeah, there was some settings to do with that earlier, but yeah.
Here,
okay, that doesn't work. Then.
Note Unix versus Windows line editings. Okay, well.
So we're gonna have to go for the other one.
Right. The magic, yes, which may take a little time to get installed. It's this monstrous thing. Called Komodo Edit. So maybe I will leave you here to fight the Komodo dragon. Just partly because I couldn't resist that pun.
Yeah.
But also, it does take a while to get that set up. So maybe you can get that up, and then when you have that file up in the editor and you've kind of walked through it a little bit, let me send you one more link about CoffeeScript, which we need to fill in, which should give you at least enough of a clue so that you can begin begin reading through the file. And actually, you can at least take a guess at where you would make the change to add the footer. And when you get to that point, send me a text.
Okay.
The main thing, actually, let me walk you through a couple of things here. There's two main pieces of syntax that you'll see a lot of. One is in the chat message here is what we call a method or a function. I don't know what they called it back in your day. You name a method, you give the equals the arguments, and then arrow gives it the actual behavior that it does. So CoffeeScript does that. I should be actually adding this to the wiki because this is a common source of thing. Actually, let me share my screen with you. Let me just...
Yeah. So I stop sharing?
Yes. I think I can take it over. Let's see. Yes, I can. All right. This is good. Okay. The main things... So I think Google's video sharing tends to massively eat up CPU and things like that. The main syntax to be aware of, present everyone so we don't keep, is function declaration into action, or we call it statement. Note: you must indent consistently, or everything goes haywire. And this will make it as a code block. Dictionary creation. Key colon dictionary equals key colon value or statement. Actually, we should call this expressions. That's probably more consistent. So my first guess, this is just a hypothesis, is that if you can read the functions and understand the dictionaries, then most of the syntax should be fairly obvious. The semantics will still be confusing in terms of what it means. Then let's see if there are any. Actually, I can look at that file here. Let me show you what it looks like in a beautiful syntax-aware, Unix line editing friendly document. So you see we have exports and requires. Let's see. So modules require to import a module. Name will require name extracts a property, exports dot name creates that property on the module. So you can kind of see here how I require something called make. So I'm importing that module, that name from another module, and then this file is going to export this name out of the module. So it's kind of a weird asymmetry there, or symmetry between those two. And then this is a function that it's returning. So it's going to be a function which takes an argument level and executes this code there. Does that make sense?
Just about.
Okay, yeah, it's a lot to take in at once. Don't feel bad if it doesn't make sense right away. Data structures. Push value key X equals creates an array, creates updates array equals key value and dictionary of key value pairs dot actually get key dot get key comma value x value warning we have we have 3 dictionary-like objects floating around. Plain JavaScript, reactive coffee wrappers, and then worlds. Even I lose track which methods work with what. So that's an apology. That usually you get input things, and there's a bunch of different ways in JavaScript to do it, and then I have 3 different things that are like dictionaries, but are not quite dictionaries. So I apologize in advance that it will cause some confusion. This is a little weird in that or dict.key, just to make, actually no, dict.key is not the same thing as that. Or it's running up top. Dict.key, right, sorry, this is wrong. This is for a world. Value. And then world or reactive coffee map. Okay, so if it's a regular dictionary, you can just do dict.key and dict.key equals. But because you cannot overload that, the other maps use world.get and world.put sets value of key value pairs. Okay, so let's just call this arrays. Arrays. Okay, so apology, let me give you an explanation. And let's see if that actually looks readable. Yeah. Okay. That gives you a fighting chance.
Okay.
So between that and Komodo, you should be able to look at it and figure out where things are going and kind of what's being done. And the, oh yeah. Note, braces and parentheses often, but not always optional. You see like a key colon value thing going around here like this. This is actually a dictionary. Here, it just doesn't have the braces. Whereas this is a real dictionary with the braces.
Okay.
All right. All right. I will save the page. Let you have some fun with that. And touch base with you in an hour. I may touch base with you on the phone because I'll be leaving around then to pick up my son to come record the promotional video.
Nice.
Yes. Hopefully it will be. So I think you actually, okay, I think you have about 80% of what you need to actually create the pull request. The other things are in the make module where it makes the rows. So if you're feeling adventurous, you can start digging into those other modules and those other files, and figuring out what gets changed where. All right.
All right. We'll see how it goes.
Happy hacking.
Yeah. See you later.